the difference between one dialect and another in terms of how they're perceived in society has to do less with the dialect and more with society.
This course is a broad introduction to sociolinguistics, which is the study of language and society. How speech communities are different from one another and are different within themselves. How individuals within those speech communities may use language in different ways. In order to accomplish that objective, we also have incorporated into the class some basic linguistics. What is morphology? What is syntax? As well as psycholinguistics and historical linguistics.
We're the first one with this corollary, and this one right here, that every human being has human worth and dignity, no matter what language or dialect they speak, and every language and every dialect has poetry and value and beauty and dignity. And therefore, there is no reason to discriminate on the basis of language or dialect.
The course, as a beginning course in the general education sequence, is designed to help them understand that there are differences between the ways that we speak and the ways that we write, and there are differences between the ways that we write letters, notes to our mothers by email or instant messenger, and notes to our professors, and formal papers that we submit for a grade. And so I'm constantly working on getting the students to recognize these differences and to be sensitive to them. Philadelphia comes into the class in two major ways and one minor way. The minor way is that Philadelphia is sort of the leitmotif running throughout. Well, what is the Philadelphia accent? Or what words do we use in Philadelphia that might not be used elsewhere? So for instance, in Pittsburgh apparently, this is called a gum band. We call it a rubber band. I've always called it a rubber band. We'll be talking about words that might be specific to Philadelphia, like hoagie, and then pronunciations that are specific to Philadelphia, like acme or water. But the two major ways in which Philadelphia comes into the course are those ways in which it's embedded into assignments. The students are going out into the city, and they will be interviewing people, hopefully drawing upon the experience of a previous assignment, which is an ethnic neighborhood anthropological linguistic report, where they're going to a neighborhood and they're observing an ethnic community. Are there stores with signs in a language other than English? Do I observe people speaking in that language? Are there street signs in that language? Is there a grocery store where foods from this part of the world are being sold? So they will be exploring Philadelphia from a different perspective. Of course, we'll be talking about the favorite Philadelphia language controversy of Gino's, this is America, please order in English. We'll also be talking about the English-only movement, which is a political movement aimed at removing or defunding bilingual education in the United States. And we'll look at the issues surrounding bilingualism and multilingualism in America and around the world. We'll be looking at what is called in linguistics literature very often African-American vernacular English. It's also called Black English, and it's also called Ebonics. And we'll be talking about the controversies that surround discussion of that. Every class, we have at least one activity where students have to work together in groups to analyze language data, solve a sociolinguistic problem, come up with definitions, and share them with the whole class. I do not teach according to the old metaphor of, come, sit down, open up your heads, I will pour in the knowledge, and you may leave. Then come on the midterm and regurgitate what I've told you in my words. Rather, we come together faced with a question and construct meaning. How are we going to arrive at that? That is language in society. We are modeling what's going on out in the world.